Guys, I think I have actually found it. One of the most affordable but still quite cool full-size pickup trucks you could buy right now. You comment quite a lot and you say, please stop reviewing $100,000 pickup trucks or $80,000 pickup trucks. Well, the truck I'm sitting in right now is under 50, or at least you can get it for under 50K. Let me show it to you and then we can take it on a test drive. So, what it is the new 2026 Ram 1500 Express, which basically means it's kind of based on a work truck, but it does not look like a tradesman Ram truck. It's got monochromatic exterior with a blacked out grille, and it's got quite a powerful engine. Yep, it's Hurricane powered. I'll tell you about it later. But look at this. We got 20-inch wheels, pretty nice tires, and check out the bed. The bed is pretty much fully equipped. It's bed lined. There is right there cleat rails, lights. So this is not like a stripper model. This is actually quite a nicely equipped truck. And I'll tell you the MSRP, everything about this shortly. It's a crew cab with a 5'7" bed. So you could also get a kind of a shorter cab configuration, a quad cab, save a little bit of money there. And that one comes with a slightly longer bed, a 6'4" bed. But this is the most popular configuration that's people buy in the United States. So this is pretty cool. Now let me show you under the hood. And there's also kind of a new badge. It says Hurricane. I kind of like this better. They used to have another badge up here that said SST, which is a straight six turbo. It is a 3-liter straight six twin turbo. Let me show it to you. And then we can take it for a drive because this is quite fast. Now, 420 horsepower, 469 pound-feet of torque out of this puppy. You've seen this engine before. And this engine costs about $1,700. So if you wanted to save a little bit more money, you could actually get the Pentastar V6, which is down on power, but it will save you about $1,700. But I think I would go this way. I think that $1,700 is worth the spend because how fun this engine is in this truck. I know it's not a Hemi, but the Hemi is even more expensive in this truck. And it's also one of the most economical ones, this particular version. I'll explain it in a bit because it does not have a towing package. It has a 321-to-1 rear axle ratio. And this truck happens to be a two-wheel drive. Yeah, I know. It's not a lot of people love two-wheel drive trucks, but it's a little bit lower. And it's EPA rated at 25 mpg on the highway. And we'll test it in a road trip from Michigan to Colorado so you can know exactly how efficient it is, but that's for another video. Let me show you inside. This is a 6-person configuration. If you've been watching TFL Truck, you know that I love this because in the pinch you can put a 6-person here. You have a seat belt for them. If you're going to some sort of a fun holiday function, you can bring more people. And the back seat, of course, even though Zach and I have quite a bit of gear here with us, is humongous. You've seen these trucks before. Lots of space. And this also has the 40-60 split. So this is not a stripper model. And also it has a sliding rear window. You could see it right back in here. So yeah, and also 400 watts right there. There's a plug on the side of the bed. All the way over there. So yeah, pretty nice features. All right, let's jump in. Let's fire this up and let's take it on a drive. Yeah, I know it doesn't have that V8 burble, and I can do this. I can click this really easy. This is one of the easiest folding seats in the business. I don't have to like reach, over here and push plastic buttons. Very easy to do. Let me grab the camera for a second here. Let me start this truck up. So yeah, it is pretty quiet. And I like this. It has basically analog gauges for the tachometer, at least my battery, my oil temps, and the speedometer. as well as fuel and coolant. So very easy to understand. I have a little screen in here. We've been kind of idling this truck for a while, so that MPG is not kind of true MPG. But if you look here, I don't have any four-wheel drive, so that's kind of a bummer. The four-wheel drive system is about around $3,500. So yes, of course you can get it. And then it does have a tow haul mode, but it doesn't have a towing package. So there's no trailer brake controller or a more aggressive axle on this particular puppy. But I love this. There's a storage shelf here with a 12 volt, and I have USB-C and USB-A's. Sorry, Zach, all the way down here. It's kind of a tight fit with the seat folded. And I have cup holders. So that should be a pretty great, I don't want to hit my microphone, that's why I'm putting my seatbelt over here. Should be a pretty good road trip machine, unless you hit a ton of snow, which could be a different issue. All right, let's take it for a drive, and we can accelerate onto this road, and I can show you a little bit of the acceleration that this truck does. Very quiet interior. Right now we're on this kind of gravelly, almost paved road in this park, and the suspension feels really good. This is coil sprung. No fancy air suspensions in this particular trim. That's how you save some money, and it also should be, quite reliable for many, many years to come. You don't have to worry about air suspension in this one. So it's not an off-roader, but still, this starts, including the $2,195 destination, that's on the Monroney. It could change, but if you got this with two-wheel drive, starts at around $45,000. And of course, you could find deals and discounts around the country, so you could bring that price even lower if you wanted to. All right, I think I'm gonna go left. Give it a little acceleration. We might break those tires loose, even though the traction control is enabled right now. So small screen, that doesn't bother me. And this does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's not connected right now because my phone I turned it off, so we're not bothered, because Roman is probably gonna call me during this video, so I don't wanna be bothered by that right now. Okay, so look, I'm already in traffic. That was just a few seconds. I mean, this truck jumps off the line. Because it's a two-wheel drive, it also has quite a lot of payload. I forgot to show you the sticker, but it's around 1,700 pounds. So it's a pretty good number. Maybe not the class-leading number for this configuration, but still quite a lot of payload. And if you did add a towing package to this, it will pull up to about 10,000 pounds, no problem. So once again, not maybe that billboard number you were looking for, like a 13,000 pound number, but nonetheless, sorry, there's some folks running across the street. But nonetheless, if you're pulling 13,000 pounds with a half ton, you might need to look at the heavy duty. Even though it might be able to do it, still nice to have some cushion. So 10,000 pound number is a pretty decent one. So let me do another kind of a acceleration. There it is, that 8-speed downshifts pretty quickly, and those turbos are pretty sweet. There's not much lag, and it's very linear power too. Straight six engines are amazing. I mean, they've been around for decades and decades in different cars and trucks. So it's quite a nice power plant. If I was buying a Ram truck right now, and I know I have an option because the 5.7 Hemi is back. Yes, it costs a little bit more money to get a V8, and I love that exhaust sound, but that engine has less horsepower, less torque, and it costs more money. So I would actually pick a Hurricane engine out of the all engines available right now. Not the high output, just this one, the standard one. I think it's a pretty great powertrain. So yeah, so this is it. So the sticker price on this particular one, with everything like I showed you, all the options, is right around 51,000. But I would remove one of the customer preferred packages off of it. You could save about $20 to $100 there. You could also find some pretty nice incentives from Ram right now. So you could bring this way below 50 grand, then add some money for four-wheel drive. You could still be right around $50,000. So that's, I think, one of the more attractive deals in the half-ton market right now. Let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Would you choose another brand like Ford or GM or Toyota? Let me know. But I think in the current day and age, something around 50 grand for a truck with this much capability, I think is a good deal. And once again, check out oldtfl.com for everything automotive in one place. I'll see you soon.